3580. And so you'll be getting that. I'll also be sending you a little form about cleaning the FM system. Whether you have Maddie give it a wipe down between teachers, or if the teachers choose to do that, that's something you guys can certainly decide. She's old enough that she could do it. The last school I was at, they just talked about they had a spray bottle with disinfectant and a cloth there that maybe she could just do a quick mist on the cloth. We don't want the cloth wet, soaking wet, dripping for sure. If it's just lightly damp, you can wipe over it real quick. And by the time she gets to the next classroom, it will have enough disinfectant time. Try not to use hand sanitizer to clean it. That's really hard on it and can cause cracks in the material. But I'll send you a form on that also. This is what Maddie's teacher microphone portion of her FM system looks like. Now, I borrowed another student's because Maddie has hers at home over the summer. That's just how they've worked it out. And so this is what the teacher microphone looks like. On the side over here, there'll be a little button that looks like this. And that is the on-off button. So you'll just want to push that and hold that down for 3 seconds. And then this will come on the screen where it says Roger, and then it will go to this screen. And that bottom circle at the bottom of the screen, it will say connect. That's an important icon for you to know, because when she comes in the classroom in the morning, I often want to make sure that she is connected. Now, supposedly, once you connect her, you should never have to connect her again, but I've seen it happen over and over where for some reason they get disconnected. She has an FM receiver built into the bottom of her battery door of her hearing aid, so that's receiving the signal from this. We want to make sure these two are wirelessly connected. So at the beginning of class, or beginning of the day, I should say, you won't have to do it every class, you'll want to make sure, if your screen goes dead, it just goes to sleep, you just tap that on-off button and it'll pop back on. You'll want to hold this right by her hearing aid, like touching it, and hit that connect button right there, and then it will search for it, and then it will tell you if it sees, that's not showing up great on the screen, but it says no device detected, and that just, I don't have the device on, but with her, it should say Roger detected, and you'll see that it has connected it, and so that means that the receiver in her battery is talking to this microphone and back and forth. For some reason, if it's not able to connect, it could be that the battery in her hearing aid is getting low. A hearing aid can function on a battery a lot longer than a hearing aid and an FM together can function with the battery. So what will happen is that you'll lose the FM signal first, and then it'll go to the hearing aid, and that'll work for a little bit, and then that will slowly go dead. So if you have her change and put a fresh battery in, the connection should be a lot easier. And that just takes a second to do that. I'll say connected, and you're good to go. Oftentimes, if it's a busy morning, you're in the middle of class or something, and you don't have time to run up and hit connect, and you don't feel like you don't want to run up to her ear and do that, there's some other things that you can do. You can say, when you have it on, you can say, Maddie, can you raise your hand for me? Or Maddie, what color are my shoes? Or something when she's not looking at your face, and see if she can follow the direction. That's kind of a good indicator too that you are connected. Sometimes I'll have teachers look away and say, raise your hand in the air, and then turn back to see if she does it. And those are cross checks that you are connected to her. So that's another way to do that. And then if you find her not able to hear you or not receiving the message, then you can put it by her hearing aid and hit that connect button. Again, when you don't touch the screen for a while, it'll go to sleep again. Tap that on off real quick to wake it back up. The other button on here that's important is this one down at the bottom. And it has a picture of a microphone with a slash through it. And that is the mute button. So when you press that, you can see it turns red and flashes, and that's telling you you're muted. And that's in case you have a private conversation with a student or a teacher, or have to step out of the room, or definitely if you go to the restroom, you're going to want to mute that. When you're done with the conversation or whatever, come back in the room, press that button again, and it will unmute it. So very easy to use. This microphone also has a really nice extra feature that when you're wearing it, and this is the neck strap that you'll be wearing, and it has a very simple little connection here. So it's not difficult to use. Just pops into place. Put it around your neck, whoops, with this part facing out. And then where you want this microphone to be is, I call it rule of thumb. And I put my middle finger here and my thumb here, so I want it to be about that area. So pull the back strap to tighten it up a little to make sure it's right at that area. And that should be good to go. And these little spots you see here are actually directional microphones, and they are picking up my voice, which is above it. So it directs it into the FM like this. Let's say they're working in small groups, and you take the mic off, which I suggest you doing it, by the strap. There is a way to remove this strap this way, but often the strap breaks and the company is starting to charge for the new straps every time. So if you can use this part to open up and snap back together, I highly recommend that. But if they're in a group setting and working in small groups, you can actually set this down flat like this on the table right in the middle, and it will act then as a multi-directional microphone, meaning that it will pick up voices and sounds from people around that table. Now the group can't be huge, but you could have maybe 6 people or so, and I think it would still pick it up. And I think Maddie gives you enough feedback that she'd let you know that I'm not picking it up, I'm not hearing them as well, and maybe make the group a little bit smaller. With the social distancing, that could be an issue, but it's something to keep in mind that when the FM, the teacher microphone, senses when it's put in this position and will turn into a multi-directional mic for small group discussion. When you put it back on yourself, back in this position, it senses that it's upright, so it changes to this kind of directional microphone. So that is a wonderful feature that we have absolutely loved with this mic. The other way I was going to tell you that if for some reason you absolutely have to take the strap off, there is a gray button here, and you press that down hard, and then you can remove this. But the problem is, and look at there, it's supposed to have 2 little black things that snap into the teacher microphone, and they're plastic, and we've had a lot of them break with students. So we're saying don't take that part out unless you absolutely have to, and I can't think of a reason you would absolutely have to. So probably we'll have to look at getting her a backup strap just to make sure, because it's only got 1 prong left. So putting it back in, push this down again, and you can slide that right in there, just like that. And again, that green flashing button that you're seeing here, that's just telling me that's on and working, is all that is. So, and then at night, Maddie will be in charge of charging it. I think she will have no problem finding a spot. I believe she may have used the nurse's office last year, if I'm remembering right. And she will transport this from teacher to teacher. And then at night, when school's over, she'll turn it off, holding that on-off button down again for 3 seconds. It will ask you power off, and you just tap yes, and then it will go to sleep. And then it has a charger, kind of like a cell phone charger, that she'll plug into it, and this needs to plug into the wall. So she'll just need a spot in maybe the nurse's office or a classroom or somewhere that every morning she can go get it and leave the charger plugged into the wall there, and then use her microphone all day. And then at the end of the day, she'll come in, plug it into charge. Just have a little spot that's easy for her to get to, that she can get in and out of in the morning, would be wonderful. She does have also, a little patch cord. So when she's using the computer or an iPad or whatever, she can hear it more clearly than just putting the microphone next to the speaker. It's a little patch cord like this, it has 2 ends, and how that works is on the bottom, You see this green part is for charging. This round one is for this cord here. And you'll plug one end into there, and then the other end, when it's unwrapped, you see you plug into the headphone jack of the computer or the iPad, and make sure this is on, and she will be hearing everything through this teacher microphone to her FM system. So she doesn't have to wear a headset or anything like that. It's sent wirelessly, so she's getting the message. And she knows how to use this. I think she feels comfortable. If there's any questions, please contact me. But very simple. If there's a situation where you're showing videos and you're up at the whiteboard and you are having it connected to her, obviously you would, through your teacher microphone, you'd either be wearing it, but what's more helpful is to actually use that cord, plug that into the bottom, and then plug this into your headphone jack when you're projecting, movies or whatever. And if you find that you go to do that and you're like, uh-oh, I already have my speakers plugged into that headphone jack, so now what am I going to do? Let me know and I will get you a splitter and I'll check and see if she has one, a splitter that will plug in, and it'll give you 2 extra options for plugging in your speaker and then plugging in Maddie's teacher microphone. And then that signal will then go through this teacher mic to the receivers on her FM system of her hearing aids. So that's a lot of information quick. I will send it out to you, but I encourage you to let me know, absolutely, if there's any problems, concerns, she's responding different, the equipment isn't working right, anything that you have, I would rather know, and I will come and take care of it as best I can, as quickly as I can. So don't hesitate. Again, my number and email address will be on the form that I am scanning to you guys. I think I'll scan it to the principal, and they're going to share the video with the appropriate teachers, and I'll have them share this also. I think that's all I need to talk about. She knows how to change her own batteries. She'll have some batteries. I'll send a package with her, and she'll let someone in the office know when they're running low so they can order more, and sometimes they end up contacting me, which is absolutely fine too. So she'll take care of changing those out. If there's anything else, please let me know. If you have questions after this video, email me back, call me, text me, whatever. That would be wonderful. I know you start on Monday, and I apologize for not getting this to you sooner. It's been crazy meeting with 25 teachers, and everybody has the same work days, so I appreciate your patience there. But look forward to meeting you and working with you, and I know you're going to enjoy Maddie so much. Thank you so much. Take care.